Peace to your feet, we bringing the news. Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confused. From the streets to the world, get the real, no cap. Breaking headlines, put the truth on the map.
Yo, fast with the facts, we don't play no games. Report on what's real, we ain't chasing fame. Call Peace TV, stay locked, stay tuned. If you want the real talk, we deliver it soon. Call Peace TV, we bringing the news. Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confused. From the
Hey y'all, hey, back with another video. In this video, gonna be talking about a young lady by the name of Shanice Crews who went missing. And upon her going missing, the family reported her as a missing person. Eventually, police got back with them saying that they had found her remains in a parking lot. Y'all, this story is crazy. Now, this just shows how police, the whole force, like the people that's supposed to protect and serve and we look to give us accurate information sometimes don't do that. And in this case, y'all gonna see what I'm talking about because they end up testing these remains against this lady's DNA or some sort and coming back with the results that it was her remains, that she was unalive, only to come back months later and her family finds out that she is living in Detroit, alive and well, working and doing whatever it is she doing in life. And then the ME's office comes back and say, well, maybe the person who remains this were stole her identity, got them to work in her name, and all these excuses instead of just taking accountability that they fucked up. I'm not feeling well, so if my words is slurring a little bit or I sound stuffed up, it's because I'm not feeling good. But I want to bring you guys something, and this case right here really moved me, and I said, let me give this to my people. So let's jump into it, y'all.
Is navigating an emotional journey after learning their sister, who officials declared dead last February, is actually alive and living in another state. I spoke with one of the siblings as they continue to search for answers and change. Isabel.
Yes, good evening to you, Teresa. Shanita Hopkins tells me it was back in 2021 when the family actually filed a missing persons report for her sister, Shanice Crews, concerned after she left 2 children behind and cut off all communication with the rest of the family. Then in April of last year, the family was informed by police their sister died on Hudson Avenue. Fast forward 6 months later, Shanita received a Facebook message from a stranger in Detroit showing a photo of Shanice taken that very morning.
It's a wild, emotional roller coaster.
Shanita Hopkins is trying to make sense of a very unusual situation. In 2021, the family issued a missing persons report for her sister, Shanice Crews, after she had cut off all communication and seemingly disappeared. Then in April of last year, police informed the family Shanice had been found dead in an empty lot off of Hudson Avenue near Nash Street. The autopsy report showed it was an overdose with high levels of cocaine in the system, not typically what Shanice was involved with.
Reading the autopsy was traumatic. It's one thing to hear it, you know what I'm saying? But then it's another thing to actually read it. And then her name is attached to it. So we thinking this is how she died.
Shanita tells me no one was allowed to view the body because it was so badly decomposed, also prompting a swift cremation. The family held a memorial service and funeral last summer. Then in November, Shanita received a shocking message from a person she did not know from Detroit.
Her first message is, ma'am, with the picture of my sister, ma'am, I'm concerned. Your sister is not dead. She just volunteered at my event today.
And this was just a random message?
Just a random message.
Immediately attempting to get to the bottom of what was going on, Shanita connected with the medical examiner's office where they assured her dental records were a match. She was not convinced, and an investigation got underway.
We went the next day. They wanted my youngest sister because her and Shanice has the same mom and dad, and then they wanted her son. So both of them went and they did a DNA test. And when the results came back, they said it wasn't a match. So
this confirming it was not Shanice Crews. The weight of all that happened continuing to cause emotional distress to the family.
We dealt with the ashes and stuff. We put them in necklaces, and we mixed my mom with this stranger. Yes.
In a statement to News 8 concerning the situation, the county says, quote, the Monroe County Office of the Medical Examiner uses industry standard scientific methods to identify remains of deceased individuals in a timely manner and make appropriate notifications to families. Due to restrictions on the disclosure of information contained in the records of the Office of the Medical Examiner, we are unable to comment on specific cases, end quote. The family is now seeking legal representation.
Yeah, they wanted the ashes back. He did say that, we can compensate you for everything that y'all spent on the memorial, which I said on the cremation and stuff. But when my family was like, no, we need to get a lawyer.
What would you say to your sister right now?
I love her. I've been angry I'm still angry. I don't think I'm gonna ever get over the anger, but I know how it feels. I'm sorry. I know how it feels to think that she was dead, and that I just want her to know that whatever we had going on, it doesn't even matter. Like, I love her. That's it. That's all I would want her to know.
Now, since there's no communication with Shanice nor social media, the family has not been able to connect with her in Detroit, noting she may not even know they truly believed her to be dead, although they did reach out to police with their situation. To the Detroit Police Department, the county did not address inquiries as to the identity of the remains. Reporting.
Now, y'all tell me, how do something that serious, that important, get mishandled? That's because somebody wasn't doing their job and just want to hurry up and close a case. That's what is given to me. You don't make these type of mistakes when it comes to somebody's life, and families having to mourn a relative being unalive. That is crazy. Yes, they doing the right thing, get legal representation, and they need to be sued. This is crazy. But let's keep going.
Identified. A local father is told by the medical examiner's office that his missing daughter was dead. But months later, he learns it's not true. What happened, how it happened, and what's being done to ensure it never happens again.
In 2021, Shanice Crews dropped off her 2 children to family members and disappeared.
I looked for her for 3 years, hard. I never gave up.
Her father, Mark, even hired a private investigator who tracked Shanice to Detroit and believed she became involved in a religious cult.
So we just went on with our life, just raising the kids, because she was 28 years old when she left us. So, she's a grown woman.
But in April of last year, a Rochester police officer showed up at the door.
We sat to inform you that your daughter, Shanice Crews, has passed away. If you need to know anything else, go to the medical examiners.
So the family rushed to the Monroe County ME's office.
So when I went to go try to identify the body, they was like, your daughter been in here since February, and it was April then. And the state of her body in, you can't come in and see her.
The body was found in this wooded area along Hudson Avenue. The medical examiner's office told the family that they identified Shanice using dental records.
Mark had the body cremated and held a memorial service for his daughter. Months of grieving went by until one day he got this picture from a stranger on Facebook. It's Shanice in Detroit holding up a certificate dated November 2024. The family raced back to the medical examiner's office. They were asked if one of Shanice's children could provide comparable DNA.
They took the DNA test, submitted it, and it's not a match.
Shanice is not dead. Those remains are not her.
Who is this female that we have in the urn?
The ME's office asked for the ashes back, and here's when a bad situation gets even worse. The family mixed the remains with Shanice's mother's and put them in jewelry that they all wear.
Now we don't know who acid that we mixed with her deceased mom.
The medical examiner refused my request for an interview, so I went straight to her boss.
How on earth did something like this happen?
Obviously, no family should ever have to go through what this family is going through right now. And my understanding of it was they did have the remains of someone that had a dental record that could be matched. And so they go through the process they go through, and they found what they thought was a match. Frankly, it was actually looked at now by 2 other professionals who looked at it and said it is a probable match. And there are also other things that could take place and other factors there. So that's what's being investigated now.
They're looking into the possibility that someone used Shanice's identity and insurance information to get dental work done, which generated the dental record the ME used to identify the body.
This is turning into a very unusual case for every professional we've talked to who's looked at this.
What changes have you asked for to try and ensure that this doesn't happen again?
So I've set a number of policies in place. Number one is that we do have a new contractor that's working on it. We've asked for a second opinion, particularly on this case, to get to the bottom of it. And we decided to change the policy so that when a match is made between an individual and a dental record, we're also going to engage in DNA testing with family members to back up the work that was done with the dental.
Is it more expensive to do the DNA in addition to the dental records, or why hasn't that been the policy?
These are decisions that are determined by the medical examiner, and it's based on what they have in front of them.
That is of little comfort to the Crews family.
I think they rushed to close a missing person case. I truly believe that. Not never thinking that this would happen, because if this would have never happened, I was going to just be learning how to live without my daughter, thinking she deceased. It's just devastating, man. I won't wish this on nobody.
But he's holding out hope that this at least gives him one more chance to reach his daughter.
I just want her to know I love her and she can come home anytime. We miss her. I got to find my daughter. Too many sleepless nights,
Mark is hoping Shanice might see this story and come home if she can. Experts I've spoken with say it is not uncommon for people living on the streets or those who have been trafficked to share insurance information to get the medical care they might need.
This is crazy. The fact that the family gave them a lead from the private detective that she was possibly in Detroit in a coat, and nobody followed up on that. And then years later, come to find out she's actually living in Detroit. It's crazy. This is goes to show, like, they don't do their jobs. And when family members come with some type of evidence or some type of knowledge of where they think they loved one at, they should jump on it and at least check into it. But y'all tell me what y'all think about this story. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Bye.
We bringing the news. Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confuse. From the streets to the world, keep it real, no cap. You're breaking headlines, put the truth on the map. Call it peace. We bringing the news. Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confuse.